Raise it up because it's kind of. Is there a half double on the bottom? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm the gaffer, and I work in concert with the director of photography to get the look of the show.
As you can see in the apartment here, we have a week's rig to get everything prepped and ready for the actors and everyone to come in.
The basic goal for the gaffers is to make sure each part of the set is uniformly lit. Once the cameras are rolling, there's no time to stop and light for each and every shot.
Josh, you gonna go with the diffuser on this pub?
Yeah. I was thinking about bottoming it too.
They did Joey and Chandler's.
If you eliminated Joey Chandler's, it really wouldn't matter because what I'm going to do is pull out the two walls and then reset the back wall and just get it dressed so you can do both.
There's still so much of the show to go after this.
How many scenes are in here?
One elevator walk to the table. So
and then we have how many scenes we have in here? More than
one giant scene.
The difficulty is that when they originally, walked out of last season, everyone went on their vacation thinking, oh, we'll come back and we have to finish up all this stuff at Caesar's Palace. We won't be back in New York. We'll leave a lot of the sets up. So we left everything up. As they started sitting around the table and thinking about it, they got, well, we only have a little bit of story.
Get us back home.
There just isn't enough material. They're done.
After tonight, we basically run out of stuff. The crew runs out of stuff to do.
While the writers work the script and the art department tries to stay one step ahead, the boys from set dressing put a few more props in place and unwind with their favorite pastime.
Yes!
Okay, here we go, guys.
Welcome back.
It's the first production meeting of the season.
So here we go. We have Kevin directing this week.
Okay. Some people needed a little more vacation. All right.
As an executive producer of Friends, the last thing Kevin Bright seems to need is more responsibility. But he will personally direct at least 10 episodes this coming season.
The enjoyment I get out of, spending a week on that stage with that cast is really what makes it worthwhile with everything else I've got going on.
Okay, we're in the wedding chapel. It's continuous from the last episode.
The production meeting is the first time all the department heads gather to prepare for episode 1.
We're on 6.
With show night only 4 days away, they flip through the pages of the latest script, discussing everything from wardrobe to props to makeup.
We're on 10. Ross and Rachel come over to the table. They no longer have ink on their faces.
They no longer have the ink on their faces, except should you see a whole letter? Because he says you have writing on your head, so should there be an S that's not covered from the Ross? The idea is they've washed it so much that it's faded, and now the makeup does work. So that when he does do the makeup bit, it should cover it up.
Okay. Now, it depends on how I want to play it.
The production meeting finished, Kevin Bright takes a quick tour of the sets to make sure everything is in place for the next day's rehearsal.
Close on them. It should come from around this corner and just basically pull up right here. It just makes it feel really...
Yeah, it's a fire thing that
It's the first time you've ever worked in 5 years. Hey, I've never seen you down here on the stage ever before. This is great. Matthew Perry.
Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, how are you?
Great. Almost didn't recognize you.
Who is this guy?
After his summer hiatus, cast member Matthew Perry gets reacquainted with his executive producer.
That's it. That's all I have.
All in trouble.
Stay on me, man. I'm the actor.
Yeah, let him walk out.
Page 1. Let's make that cut. After Chandler's, oh my God, is everybody getting married?
The writer's room is the usual hub of activity as they continue to tighten the script.
Shoot anywhere.
Rehearsal begins as Kevin, cast, and crew pick up the story from the previous season's cliffhanger.
So everybody here saw the last episode of last season, right? Here we go. And action.
Hello, Mrs. Ross.
Oh, hello, Mr. Rachel.
Oh my God. Oh my God! Is everybody getting married?
I don't know, but we were next.
The first couple of days of rehearsal, it's really about the excitement of here's a new script. Sort of has that atmosphere like a bunch of kids in a playground huddling together and creating their own game. It's just, what if we do this? What if we do this? Where should we start?
We could go back.
Yes.
But?
Yes.
Well, last night we let the dice decide. Maybe we should leave it up to fate again. Well, I love you. Okay, let me say that again.
Okay.
Well, last night we let the dice decide. I mean, maybe we should leave it up to fate again. I love you.
The writers watch, scripts in hand, hanging on every line of dialogue. If a joke isn't funny, they're looking at a long night of rewriting.
There are 12 of us because the way life works is you're not always on. Today, I might not be at my funniest for whatever reason. We know that there are like 150 people waiting for the new version of this that has to be at the stage at 8:30 in the morning.
Everybody thinks they can do it, and I'm sure there are many people who can. I think, A, it's not as easy as it looks. Otherwise, we wouldn't be there till 5, 6, and 7 in the morning with 14 incredibly smart people.
It's not hard to be funny. It's hard to be funny in a way that will translate to the show and that you can air on television.
You don't have time to worry about not being funny. You just have to be.
Everything's great. So everything stays the same. Now you go unpack, and because your clothes have been there for 3 days, it's driving me crazy. And I'm going to sit down here and try to lower the volume of my voice.
Television is a writer's medium. They get paid very handsomely to be smart and funny. The hours are long and the schedule insane.
Some shows are out early. I mean, it just depends on the nature of the beast. But if it's a show like Friends, where you're here until 4 and 5 and 6, once you're pretty deep into the season and it's gotten harder, yeah, that's tougher.
Is that writing on your forehead?
Oh, thanks. I thought you got married and became a woman all in one night.
The compact thing gets in the way now.
Especially now.
Yeah.
That's going in the middle of something else that's so much more interesting, and suddenly we take a step out.
We talked about that last night, but we can't just abandon the fact that they have magic marker on their face.
A continuity problem has come up. The first episode picks up from last year, with Ross and Rachel waking up in their Las Vegas hotel bed with writing on their faces.
Do you have any clothes on?
Yes.
Really?
No.
The debate is over whether or not the writing should still be visible when they come down for breakfast.
The question is, do they not have writing on their face?
They washed it off if they woke up in the morning.
No, but
We've already said it's indelible.
I know.
Indelible.
But then how did they cover it up?
Because
But even stuff when you write something on yourself, the next day it's less.
That's what I was saying. If in this scene it's there, but it's fainter, and then the next time we see them, it's a day later, they're in the coffee house, and it's gone by then.
I would have it be very faint in the morning, and you don't see it here.
This is so amazing. I really thought I would have to, talk you into this more.
Okay, now I'm scared because I don't actually think
Rehearsal is an important time for script supervisor Jolie Barnett.
We go through all the dialogue and just see what we need to do to change stuff. We were long today. I timed the show, and so they'll probably go in and trim.
Since yesterday, the script grew a lot. It was we were 9 minutes long today.
It's midnight, and after a long rewrite session, head writers Adam Chase and Greg Malins take a few more minutes to proofread yet another pass on the script.
Tonight's rewrite was less about solving story problems than it was about finding 7 pages to cut, which is really hard in a script that works.
Today would be the first day of camera blocking for the 1999-2000 season.
It's the first day cameras are on the set.
Hey buddy, how's it going, man?
Sitcoms are shot using multiple cameras on every scene. Friends uses 4 and sometimes 5 to film all the action.
Let them come over to you. Camera blocking is the process of, at any given part of the scene, where are the cameras and what are they photographing? They're going to be standing here, holding hands. The elevator door is going to open up, and you want to see between them the priest that's going to be standing here.
In order to keep the camera dollies from crashing into each other, the camera assistant places numbered tape marks on the stage floor, which tell them where they need to be in every scene. Stand-ins are used to mark where the actors will be.
I think it's funnier from here.
Me too. I like that it just happens, that it's all
but
in
I
one
also
shot.
think they need to let go hands.
And you don't have to
They let
cut
go?
to do this.
You guys see the priests when they look at each other?
Okay.
I think that's part of the.
I got you. And that's it. So we'll clean it up tomorrow. I think we're in okay shape.
Show day is finally here. 4 hours before filming begins, 500 fans line up for 300 seats to watch the premiere episode of Friends come together.
We came all the way from Kentucky to see this. My favorite character is Chandler.
I just want to go see Rachel.
Christine for Miriam, please send me 8 more ticket holders with the 6th production right away.
Here we go. We're going in. Come on. You guys play the most important part